Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 13 of Direwolf20's Let's Play series. As you can see, not much has happened at all since the last time I started playing this. I did install NEI, or not enough items, so I'm going to enable it, but I'm going to take off cheat mode and put it just on recipe mode. And as you can see, I can no longer give myself ores and stuff. Now, as I do mod spotlights and stuff, I might be switching it back to cheat mode just to give myself the items to do the mod spotlights, so don't worry if you do see me leaving it on by mistake. And for now, I want to get started on some of the things I want to do today in the series. So, first things first, I need to clean up this room. Not totally done with it yet, probably have a long ways to go, and I want to get it prepared because I also want to build a quarry today. So, let's get started cleaning up this room. The first thing I'm going to do is get rid of all these normal chests here, and go ahead and make them alchemical chests. And I probably will be just taking my alchemical chests from this room and storing them over in this room here. So for now, probably the next 10 or 15 minutes or so, well, hopefully not that long, I'm just going to be moving items back and forth between the two rooms. So instead of making you guys watch that, I'm going to cut the video here, and I'll be back in a few minutes once I've got everything moved over, and I've got my alchemical chests where I want them. So I am making some changes here. First off, I'm going to be connecting all these things together. And as you can see, I've got my dirt, sand, and gravel in there. I've also switched up this guy here because I want to keep sand, dirt, and gravel separate from cobblestone. So I'm creating now a new sign to place down. And that's going to go down to say that this guy's cobblestone. Nice. And this is just me moving stuff around. You're not missing anything terribly exciting. What do we got here? Rare and useful stuff. So collecting all the goodies. And I'm going to drop it down here. And of course I'm alt-clicking instead of shift-clicking. And that's moving all items of the same type at once. Gotta love that good old pal of mine. Convenient inventory. It's the best. Okay. Bit of a mess in my inventory, but that's alright. I'm getting there. Sure, why not? And now I can pick this guy up and his respective sign and move him over. And note that this was useful stuff, rare and useful. So yeah, that's all I'm doing right now. I'll be back. Alright, I think I'm getting there, guys. So I've got here all the materials that are going to be coming in. Sand, dirt, and gravel, cobblestone, rare and useful stuff, miscellaneous junk. And I think those guys are going to match up pretty much with all the good things I've got going on here. And then I've got over here my red power, equivalent exchange, and industrial craft and forestry stuff. Now this stuff isn't going to get routed to with my routing system, where these guys will. And then I'm going to place down a final chest over here, and I'm going to call this guy, do I have any goodies? No. Where's my miscellaneous junk? I think I left sticks in there. This guy is going to be the final materials chest. This is where I'm going to store stuff that, well, maybe I'll just call it miscellaneous. Yeah, I'll come up with a better name later, maybe. Now this is going to store stuff, like, for example, cables, electronic circuits, that type of stuff. That, you know, granted that's part of, industrial craft, but don't worry, you'll see where I'm going with this in a little bit. So now, the next thing I want to do is make sure that my engines here have enough fuel in them. Remember, I created a good amount of fuel earlier, so I'm going to let this guy start pumping out. You can see all the fuel going through there, and it's all going to start landing, you can see it in the background there, inside my combustion engines. Looking good. And while that's running, I'm going to set this guy... Alright guys, where was I? You might have just noticed me open up this teleport pipe and not have a interface on it. It was all funny looking, no buttons. The reason for that is I just installed NEI, and NEI and teleport pipes version 31.1, which is what I was running, didn't play nice together. So I just upgraded to version 31.4, which contains a bug fix to resolve that issue. So got that back just as an FYI for anyone else using it. I've also updated the how to install video on my forum thread there, just to make sure you guys know to upgrade to the latest version of teleport pipes. Now, we've got a good amount of fuel in here, so I'm going to flip that lever off. I got to label these guys at some point. And, cool. Everything's good. Got some power. And I'm going to set this to frequency 2 again. Let's do that. Frequency 2. No connected pipes. Okay. And I'm just going to turn these guys on. I want to let them run for a little bit, because I'm going to go and dig out a nice big room underneath my house here. So let's head down to the corner, and I'm thinking I'm probably going to want to dig down under here like so. Oh sweet, there's sand under here. That'll make it fun to dig out. And now let me make sure I've got everything good here. This is position 23, 140. And I'll probably straighten this out at some point, but for now, we're going good. Make sure I get some light for you guys so you can see what I'm doing. Okay. There we go, 23, 140. Perfect. And I'm thinking that's deep enough. I want to avoid hitting any of the tubing and stuff that I have up there. I might need to rewire it just a little bit, but that won't be too big a deal. So I'm going to say like this layer here, pretty much where I've got this up to. That's 3 levels down. I think that's as deep as I made my stuff before. So I can just kind of knock these guys off here. Beautiful. Okay. Now, to build out to the side of the room, because I want to make this underground little area here about the same size as this room that's above me. So that will be 23, 126. There we go. Hey, you guys always said you wanted to see me mine, right? There you are. You get to see me mine. Okay. Now let's build out again. And this corner here will be 9, 126. Don't you guys worry, I'm going to be digging this out a lot more efficiently in just a moment. Okay, that's good enough. 9, 126. Now what I'm going to want to do here, just connect this last corner Ta-da! Perfect. Looks nice. Now, in order to finish cleaning up this room, let's do something cool. Now, I'm just kind of guessing here, but I'm thinking that where I'm at right now won't interfere with any of the piping and whatnot and tubing that I've got going on over there. So let's get ourselves a landmark. Place it right there. I'm going to place another one right here in this corner. And then I can place one all the way up here. And all the way down here. And activate it. Ta-da! Looking good. Now, let's just clear out a little area here, make sure I have enough room for everything that I want to do. And what I'm going to do is place down my filler. There we go. And I'm going to set this guy using some glass, which I know I've got some of that. There we go. That is the recipe for clearing. It'll clear out everything within the electrical tape. Woohoo! And I'm just going to throw some cobblestone in there just to make it happy in case there's any stuff that it needs to lay down, but I don't think it will. It shouldn't at all, actually, because it's a clearing recipe. And then I'll get my teleport pipe, frequency 2, go. And we should start getting some clearing action here. Oh yeah, look at that, it's clearing out pretty well, actually. I'm just walking around and collecting my dropped landmarks from before. Woohoo. And there it goes. Clearing happily along. Now it is going to knock the torches off the wall that I put down. So let me place some like inside a little crevice or something so you guys can see what's happening. Might as well collect this iron while I'm down here, right? Beautiful. It's the only way to mine. And hopefully I won't start causing any problems with those things above me up there. Shouldn't be a big deal. Doesn't look like I've run into any tubes yet, so that's good. Hey, even see some appetite up there. Nice. Plenty of junk to collect down here, which I'll do shortly, don't worry. So now that all these goodies have rained down from above, and look, you can start to see right up there is a little bit of my system. Nice. Perfect. So I'm going to collect my filler again. Let's drop some of the junk we've got here. I'll just leave those pipes for now. I'm going to go deposit all this junk, and I'll be back in a moment once I've cleaned up all this big old mess that I made down here. Alright, so I've got that nice little room cleared out down there, and you can see it did kind of work, because I just mined out this ground here, and it opened right up for me. So now I need to sort out my sorting system. No pun intended. So I'm going to knock off all these pipes here, because remember, I want to kind of rearrange how all these items are flowing here. So let's see now. Where's my miscellaneous awesome stuff? Here it is, right here. So that's going to have to be the blue pipe. So we'll place down this guy and some blue. There we go. And cobblestone, I forget what I made cobblestone. But dirt and stuff, that's red, I remember that. I think I made it brown, and I don't have a brown guy here at the moment. So let's make this guy red. Perfect. Cobblestone I said I'd come back to, and miscellaneous junk. What color did I make miscellaneous junk? White, that's right. And you guys will notice here that once I change the color of these, they no longer connect. So once this guy was, you know, a normal tube, look, it's connected, and that doesn't exactly do what we want it to do, but when they're two different colors, then they no longer connect. So, pretty darn cool there. Now, I did have a brown guy, so let's see. Miscellaneous junk. I do have some cocoa beans, and I'll need 2 flax seeds. Don't I have more flax? I thought I had more flax. Huh. Alright, let me go find some more flax. I did have more flax. It was in my red power chest. Haha. I know I had a bunch of that stuff. So, I think I do need to actually get some more of those tin things. Some more tin plates. So let me make a couple more of them. Okie dokie. Let's put this stuff together. Paint can, cocoa beans, and a couple flax seeds. Got myself some brown paint. Now, let's pop through here. Do I have any wool? Yeah, you can see I'm pretty organized today, can't you? Not to fear. No, there's some wool in here somewhere. There it is. Okay, let's get that paintbrush going. And it's brown that I need down here. So, pneumatic tubes. And again, because I'm changing the color of it, it's all going to work out well. Perfect. Now, let's make sure that my sorting system, I didn't miss any colors, because I know I have more colors than that. So green goes out to be cooked. Yellow is where I have my emerald, sapphire, ruby, and nickelite going, huh? So let's go ahead and dump that into my red power chest. So I'll just knock this guy off and paint him yellow. Now I'm thinking I might do the same with the other red power goodies. So for example, do I have any basalt? I do. And some marble. I don't know if I'll have room for the tungsten. No. At least not in this line. Let's go ahead and make another yellow slot. Basalt, marble, and tungsten. Tungsten isn't used just yet, guys, but I'm sure there's some pretty cool stuff coming up for it. Alright, looking good. So, blue is where this stuff goes, and it's also going to be the output for the iron bars. This stuff should probably go down the blue line, too. There we go. Because all that's going to go in that, you know, rare and useful chest. Alright, I think that looks good. I'm sure I missed something and you guys will yell at me in the comments, but don't worry. And then, of course, I've got the white chest here, which is going to be the miscellaneous junk. There we go. Doesn't that look lovely? Yeah, I think that looks pretty darn good. Okay, now what I'm going to be doing in that room is going to be all kinds of crazy neat stuff. So in order to get started there, I need to craft myself some power lines. And I'm going to go with a crowd favorite, my personal favorite, the fiber optic cable. Oh wait, I grabbed refined iron. My bad, I'll be right back. It's silver that you want to use. There we go. Hopefully that'll be enough. Maybe I need a little bit more. I mean, I'm going to need some later anyway, so I might as well craft a bit more of this stuff. Now, if you're not using red power 2, I think you can use redstone there in lieu of silver, and that'll work just fine. So let's hop on downstairs, get out my friend the portal gun. So I'm sure I'll be wanting to go back and forth between here and there later. Let's clean up this tape, shall we? Much better. Alright, now, I do have some cabling that's way up there in the ceiling. I'm going to need to run down to the ground here. And I'm thinking I'm going to want to run it over here. So I have no idea what I'm about to be doing because I don't have this entirely perfectly planned out in my head. You guys said you wanted to see me make mistakes? Get ready because I'm sure I'm about to make a few. Okay, that looks good. Yeah, not bad. I want this guy over here. You know what might be easier for me to do this with? I'll be right back. Alright, so let's make this a little bit easier on myself right now. I'm going to go ahead and craft myself, using a circuit here, an advanced circuit. This is used for some of the more advanced machines. And I've also got 2 rechargeable batteries, but I'm going to get myself yet another one. There we go, that's 3. And then I'm going to craft myself a bat box, which of course, I forgot one little piece of ingredient here. Let's try that again. Bat box. Bat box in the middle, advanced circuit on top. And I'm also going to need some refined iron, 4 of those. And we can give this a shot now. And some glowstone will give me the electric jetpack. Woot! Pretty neat item. I'm going to give him a good charge up here in my MFE. The electric jetpack is going to let me fly around using electrical power. And as you can see, it's charging up. And I'll be back and downstairs once this is fully charged. Alright, so I'm back downstairs. Let's try flying. I'm going to put on hover mode. And hopefully it's not too loud on you guys. I just want to run this along the ceiling here. That looks good. Maybe I even want to run it into this wall. Might even look better. What do you guys think? Yeah, I think so. Okay, jetpack off, backpack back on, and the first machine I'm going to build down here is going to help me out with the sorting system that I've got upstairs. And I might even need to fly up there real quick. Hey, there we are. Sweet. Alright, I'm going to get ready to build the next machine that I'm going to use downstairs. Okay, so I'm going to make myself a couple, I only need one actually, electronic circuits, woot, and then I need to get myself a pair of machines. I'm making compressors, which you've seen before, but the new item I'm going to make here is kind of an upgrade to the compressor. Thought I had 2 of those. And that's the recycler. So let me go get my other glowstone there. And the recycler is what's going to allow me to basically take some of the items that I have and don't need anymore and recycle them into scrap. And scrap is used in industrial craft for a couple of things, most notably in the mass fabricator to make UU matter. If you have no idea what UU matter is, then you probably haven't seen any of my tutorial videos, and that's okay. I'll be getting to it eventually. So let's get this electric jetpack off, don't need him anymore. Oh, broke my sword. Alright, so let's place down our recycler. And along with that, I'm going to need some glass fiber cables here. I'm going to place my recycler. Oh, and I blew it up because I knew I was going to forget to do this. I forgot to make an LV transformer. So why don't I go make one of those real quick and I'll be back. Alright, got myself another recycler there. Got my LV transformer this time. See what happens when you don't transform your current? Oh, I also made myself a ruby sword this time. Neat. Let's just get this guy hooked up. Now, right now, the 3 dots are facing down, which is not what we want. So, I forgot my wrench. There we go. And I think if I hold shift and click, it'll face it away from the block that I was clicking on. So if we check now, the 3 prongs should be facing upwards, which is exactly what we want. And we can continue to use some fiber optic cable here, because that's just what we happen to have. Now I can place down my recycler, and it's got juice. And if I throw some dirt in there, for example, it's going to run, and about 1 out of every 8 of these or so are going to get turned into scrap. And the scrap is going to be used for a bunch of different things, like I said. So, now I need to wire my way down here. So let's get our jetpack back on and fly on up. Now I basically want it set up so that I think I want to do something like this. Where's my red paint? There we go. And I need to test this because I've never quite built a system like this. But I'm going to paint this piece here red. And what that should mean is that nothing can enter this side of the system if it's not the right color. And then from here I'm going to extend over. And what should happen is items should go to the first available inventory. So they're going to try and go in here first. And if they can't go in here, then they're going to head on over down there. And dig down and lay some pneumatic tubes. And now what should happen is, as dirt gets into the system, if there's nowhere for it to go, i.e. that chest up there is full, it'll make its way into the recyclers. Not bad. Let's give it a test run, shall we? What I'm going to do here is just pretty much fill this chest up with junk. And this is going to take me a minute, so I'll be right back once I'm done. Okay then, so I've pretty much blocked this entire chest out, and it's only got room for 2 more pieces of dirt. Let's even make that like, I don't know. Sure, that much dirt. Whatever. I'm going to go ahead and throw dirt into my chest here. More dirt that's going to be allowed to fit. And what should happen if we watch all the red line items is they should start coming up here, and they should go to their first available inventory slot, which is this chest. Let's see what happens. So it should be going in, and items should be going on up. Cool. All looking good so far. And then, once it's filled, the items are going to start filtering back down. So I don't know if you saw that, if it happened too quick, but the items that were going towards the chest, as soon as the chest filled up, started heading back down the tubing system. And now they're getting recycled. Perfect. Looks good to me. And we can see we got some scrap in that recycler a minute ago, and this dirt's getting recycled here. Now I may need to get a few more recyclers running down here because I'm not going to be able to recycle quite as much stuff as might be coming down. As you can see, we produced a lot of dirt just now, and it needed to all be recycled. So that's cool. Now I also want to do the same thing for brown. So what I might do here is something like this. Instead of having this be red, yeah, let me think this through a minute. I know I want to do this a certain way, and I'll be right back once I figure out exactly how I want to do it. Because basically I want brown to do the same thing. I want to make sure any cobblestone that gets brought in here and isn't needed in this chest will filter down to the tubing system as well. So I think I know what I want to do here. Alright, so here's what I set up. Like I said, not 100% sure if this will work, but I believe what should happen is cobblestone should come in here, should go for the closest inventory, which is this guy, and if it doesn't work, he'll head on this direction and go straight down. Let's give it a test run by doing the same thing I did a minute ago, which is filling up this chest. Alright, so I've done a similar thing here. I filled this chest up with dirt, and I've got just enough room for a little bit of cobble. And let's see what happens now if I throw some cobblestone into this chest. It should start pumping out and head down the brown path, and it should be coming here any moment, and I expect it to go towards the first inventory, because I'm pretty sure that's how pneumatic tubes work. So let's see here. Yep, it's going up. And it's going to fill up this inventory as quickly as it can, and you'll see not a single piece of cobblestone is heading downwards until it fills up that chest. And we should start to see items bounce back and head down towards this way. Beautiful. And if that's not an elegant system, I don't know what is. And don't worry, I'm not even close to being done here. Okay, so now what I want to do is move on. I might want to build myself some more recyclers, because these guys aren't going to keep up with the load. But I don't think I need to do that just yet. I think it's time to get a quarry going. Alright then, to build a quarry, I just went and collected some wood. I'm going to need a good amount of that. I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 gears. And those gears all need to be upgraded to cobblestone. And and all of those gears need to be upgraded to iron. Okay, now I need to keep 3 of these gears as iron gears, and 4 of them are going to be upgraded to gold. I'm going to keep 2 of those and upgrade 2 more to diamond gears. As you can see, this is a pretty expensive recipe. Not only do I need 2 diamond gears, but I need a diamond pickaxe. An unused one at that. So it needs to be nice and freshly made. And place down a pattern like so to get my quarry. Now the quarry is a nice item from Buildcraft. And it's going to allow me to basically mine a whole bunch of stuff using the Buildcraft factory I made earlier. Now in order to get all this mining going on, we're going to need our teleport pipe stuff. So I'm going to need to teleport both the energy to the quarry as well as the items that are going to come out of it. And I don't even think I need golden transport pipes right now. Do I have any normal item transport pipes? No, of course. Why would I? Let's make some real quick. Just going to grab myself a couple of you and some of you. Perfect. I think that's all I need. I'm sure I'll have forgotten something. I'll have to come back, so might as well put down an orange portal. A couple people did, by the way, mention that they're having problems with portals. I've run into it once or twice myself where portals stop working in the middle of your gameplay. If you just close out of Minecraft and go back in, it'll start working again. So let's go find a nice place to set up shop for our quarry. I don't think I want to do it over this hill because I'm going to be doing some other cool things here in the future. So I'm thinking I might want to go like way over here. See, there's some great fields over here and whatnot. I think back in this area will probably be pretty good. Do you know what? I said I was going to forget something, and I absolutely did. Why don't I go run back to my house and get it? Where's my Buildcraft chest? I need some landmarks. That's right, you can use landmarks with quarries to define how large of a space you want to mine out. So for now, let's go ahead and just place one down right, oh, I don't know, here. That looks good. Get myself a quick redstone torch to place down, just so I can see where everything is. Nice. Now we're going to want to run this quarry for a while without coming back to it. So what I'm probably going to want to do is make it about this big. There we go. Place down a new landmark. And just get myself out of this hole that I made. And let's get another landmark placed down here. Now because a quarry will have its own height set, you don't need to use 4 landmarks, you really only need 3. So I think this looks like a good spot for one. Yeah, I think this is going to be a pretty big quarry. Let's activate this guy and knock this off. Then I can place down my quarry right next to it. Perfect. Looking good. Let's get back to our house. And I'm going to use frequency 3 for my quarry. Why not? So let's set this guy to frequency 3 and turn him on. Now I'm generating energy and transmitting it over frequency 3. The next thing I want to do is make sure that my items that come out of my quarry get back to my house and into my sorting system. And the easiest way to do that at the moment is just to open up this wall and just run a cable. We'll just place this guy here and we'll set the item transport to frequency 1. That sounds good. I haven't used items yet. So frequency 1, and don't forget we want to make sure that we can receive items over frequency 1. And that should have everything that comes out of my quarry go into my chest. Back out to the quarry area. We've got this big old thing ready to roll. And I want to place down this pipe here and set this to frequency 1 with receiving to false. This way, items will get pumped out of the quarry, transmitted over frequency 1, and we're good to go. Place this guy down here with frequency 3. And as soon as I set him to receiving true, we'll start getting some stuff going on. So let's flip him on, shall we? Kick this guy into receiving true status, and it should start clearing out a big chunk of the area. Oh yeah, there it goes. Quarry's building. And it's going to clear everything out within the quarry space first, before it starts digging. So basically, it first does one of those clear functions within the space that it built. Got a bit of land to clear out, so it'll be just a moment. And you're going to quickly see why I built this system the way I did, because I'm going to need to be recycling a lot of the stuff that comes in here. Pretty much all the items that come in through my quarry are going to fill up those chests, and I'm going to run out of space for the dirt and gravel pretty quickly. So it looks like it's starting to get dark out. I should probably go take a nap soon. Make it daytime. But for now, you'll get to see the quarry build. So I want to make sure that any dirt and any cobblestone that gets mined up here, if there's no room for it in the chests, we do something with it, and that'll be to recycle it. And it should only be items in the red and brown category, that is dirt, sand, gravel, and cobble, that have the opportunity to go down and get recycled. I mean, after all, we don't want to accidentally recycle diamonds, do we? Nah, that wouldn't be cool. So it looks like it's almost dark out. I'm going to go sleep through the night real quick, and hopefully be back in time to see the quarry start cooking. Certainly can't wait for my quantum suit. I hate walking this slow. There we go. Oh yeah, still got a minute or two before that quarry's done. And look, there's even a little underground lake here, which is cool. And a skeleton who wants to come attack me. Bring it, buddy. Alright, we almost done here? Come on, buddy. Now what will happen is, as soon as it clears the area around this quarry, it's going to start mining. And you'll see the quarry item. Oh, there it goes. Alright. And he probably is going to start in this corner over here. And the nice thing about having water here is that as it mines down, it's going to run into lava at some point possibly. And normally the quarry arm gets stuck when it hits lava. But if you have water at the top of your quarry, like this here, and it's kind of lucky that I found it here, otherwise I was going to have to go get a bucket, what should happen is this water is going to start filling up the quarry as it mines. And you'll see that it will actually fill up this entire area probably. And that'll be cool because the lava that's underneath, if there is any, will turn to obsidian, and it will then pretty much be mined up, and we don't have to worry about that lava. So let's see what's going on over here at the quarry machine. We should be having items filtering through, and you can see some dirt and cobble going through there now. If we head back to our base, we'll see that that dirt and cobble is landing inside our chest, and it's quickly being pulled out by our sorting system, and it's going into the red and brown lines because, like I said, ta-da! Look at that. Pretty darn cool. So the system's working exactly like I'd want it to. Now, before we have too much of a problem, I want to make sure that I get the right amounts of sand and dirt. So what I'm going to do here is only really need like one line of gravel. I don't need a terribly large amount of it. So if I fill up the chest like this, it'll ensure that any sand and gravel that come in land in these respective slots. This way I'm not going to get a chest full of dirt with no sand or gravel. Ta-da! And then the dirt can all filter through here. And I can fill it up if I want, but, you know. This is probably a good idea to do, because otherwise if I got a whole bunch of, who knows what, sand or gravel, whatever, it might fill into the top slots. So there we go. Now I'm pretty much guaranteed to get this laid out. And since this is all going to be cobble, I don't need to do that. Looking good. looks like my sorting system is more than keeping up with my quarry. It's pumping things out much faster than they can be filled by the quarry. So that's pretty awesome. And I'm going to let that guy run pretty much silently for a while now. And I'll be back in a moment. And guys, it feels like this is a pretty good wrapping up point. So I'm just going to seal up this floor here. Maybe there's one more thing I want to do real fast for you. Alright, let me do one more thing and then I'm going to wrap up. Alright, I'm just going to carve up some stone slabs to some panels to some covers here. I'm going to combine them in a crafting table like so. And that's going to give us a hollow stone cover. And the hollow stone cover is a nice way to cover up something like this. As you can see, the tubing system still goes through it because it's a hollow stone cover. It has a nice little hollow in it. But it covers up the flooring, and it makes things just look a little prettier. And if I were using regular sized chests, I would have done the same here, but I didn't have to because I'm using the alchemical chests, and they're not smaller than the rest of the floor like regular sized chests are nowadays. So I can even put a little cover right here. If I can get it to go. There we go. Perfect. And it just looks a little nicer. A lot of nice aesthetic stuff in Red Power 2. So, it feels like this is a good wrapping up point for the episode. I have a bunch of cobblestone coming in. I have a bunch of dirt and sand coming in. I'm probably going to build a few more recyclers downstairs just to ensure that my recycling system can keep up with the speed that items might be coming in if I want to recycle a bunch of junk at once. So this is Direwolf20 signing off. Hope you enjoyed checking out episode 13 of my Let's Play series. I'll catch y'all later. Take it easy.